So OptiLaunch is a wedge training system. Like, we all watch the pros on TV, they're able to flight in their wedges, nice low flight, one bounce next to the flag and stop, controlling their distance really, really well. And basically what OptiLaunch is, it gives us a 3-pillar system in terms of being able, one, the top pillar in terms of what we're looking to do is strike the ball really, really well. And we have a few training methods to help us strike it really well, get good compression on the ball. The second pillar we have is to be able to launch it, control our dynamic loft so we get a real consistent flight on the ball. We get a consistent flight, consistent loft on the club at impact. We're able to control our distance through our third pillar, which is control the swing speed, which allows us to hit it pin high every single time. Pillar number 1 is strike. So again, we're not training any particular positions here, and like this works really well with 4 coaches working with players as well as just players on their own. So we're coaching through intention really. So we have a few tools here that we're going to go through which will help us, get real good strike on the ball. First of all, a chalk marker. We're going to do a drill on it here where we're just putting a chalk line just behind the ball. So the intention is that we're going to strike the ball without hitting the chalk. So basically we want our low point to be after the ball, just a little bit after the ball. So they're the 2 big things that we're looking for in strike. Is one is our low point, and the second thing is our low point depth. So what we have then is our arc trainers here, which, like, when we use these, we're going to be using one of them to train our low point and the other one to train the low point depth. So we'll go through a few drills with them as well, which will give us a good visual as what we need to do with them. So with the arc trainer, what we're looking to do is, as we're coming in, to make sure that the low point is going to be slightly in front of the ball, but that we're not driving down into the ground, to make sure that we're going to get quite a high contact point on the face, which is going to launch it too high for us, but also give us very inconsistent strike. So our second arc trainer over here helps our movement through the ball. So what we're looking for is getting our sternum moving towards the target, rotating towards the target and moving upwards through the impact zone. So what we should be getting is a good contact just after the ball, but not going too deep. And our arc trainer here is going to help with that. So this gives us the visual of coming down a little bit steeper into the ball, but then allowing us to arc up and come through, control our dynamic loft, control our flight, control the strike. Okay, so when our strike is nailed in, now it's time to start working on our flight. And when we're using our wedges, say I have a 56-degree wedge in my hand here, so our ideal launch that we're looking for, our launch angle, is about 50% of our loft. So if I have 56 degree here, I'm looking to launch at 28 degrees. So up until now, really the only way we had of measuring that was by expensive launch monitors like TrackMan or FlightScope or something like that, which not everyone has access to, and if they have access to it, it's only going to be every now and again because they're so expensive. But what we have here is our actual OptiLaunch kit, which every serious golfer will have an alignment stick in their bag. So what we've done here is we've converted this into an actual feedback loop where this is placed 2 meters from the ball. We slide our launch gate up or down. We have a little decal on the alignment stick here, which will tell us exactly what 28 degrees is, 27, 26, 25, up to 30 if you're using a 60-degree lob wedge. So once that's positioned, it gives us a great visual as to what our launch should look like. So again, we have a clear intention of what our flight should look like, and we can adjust the body positions, strike positions to get that launch that we're looking for then. Okay, so with our OptiLaunch, we have our decal on top. We have 2 further decals on it here, which helps us position it correctly. So once we have this set up, the one-time setup, and then we don't need any measuring tape, anything after that, everything is set up. So it's positioned 2 meters from our strike point, which would be 1 full alignment stick, and then the distance from that, from our second decal, which will give us exactly 2 meters. Place it in the ground up to the first decal here, and now this is going to be positioned at 28 degrees here, which is ideal for our 56 degree. So if I can get the ball launching anywhere in around our launch gate here, it's exactly 28 degrees. Okay, a little bit high on that one, but I'm getting the feedback straight away. So within a couple of shots, should be able to adjust. So just always making sure club face is clean and dry. Dirty, wet club faces will always launch the ball too high, so you're not getting the correct feedback that we're looking for then. Okay, so that's laying in our launch angle. So that's our second pillar. Get that consistently going. Don't necessarily have to hit it. Most of the time when I'm using this, it's just set it up parallel to the flight path that I want the ball to take. So I just have that visual of the height it should be when I'm taking off, and that prompts me to get into a really nice impact position here, getting the hands ahead, controlling that dynamic loft, which is going to give us a real good penetrating launch angle on the shot then. And that leads us into our third pillar, which is just training either length of the swing or speed of the swing to match that launch that'll get it pin high for us every single time.